Gung-ho reaction, a topic taboo. Hey there, kids, it's Folie.
I feel like it's been more than 5 seconds.
I do too. I always do. I always feel like I need to count it too, but it very clearly shows the seconds right there.
It does. I know, but I still count it in my head,
I
and then
do
I
too.
don't know which one of us is going to talk
Me
first.
too. We always
never
look at each
discuss
other
it.
and go,
Yeah. If you could see the face she was making, it was just like a bug eye face with an open mouth.
You go.
Welcome to
Folie do.
Folie do with
Shorty short.
It's a Shorty short with Mel and Amy.
Yeah, Mel and Amy.
I hope you guys are having a good week.
We're having a good week.
Yeah, we're having lattes with Irish cream something.
Baileys.
Yeah, I didn't really bring enough for it to make a difference, but it tastes nice.
It's one of those that come in like the mini bars at the hotel, the little tiny ones, and we split it between 2 tall Starbucks lattes. So it really probably, for any normal human being, it would do nothing.
Yes,
but
for us,
normal.
it might do something. And we are definitely not normal.
We are anything but.
So how is your week going, Melodie?
It's been pretty good. I have, just like every other week, made a fool out of myself multiple times.
That's good.
I think one time in particular is what we're going to speak about today.
Yes. Well, you made a fool out of both of us without even trying.
Should we get right into it, or do you want to tell us about your week?
Well, since you asked, and I love to talk about myself, I had a good week. I went on a little adventure to Branson with some very good friends.
Oh, how come I wasn't invited?
Something really weird happened.
What?
I was sitting across the table from my really good friend, and the waitress asked if we were sisters.
Spoiler alert, it was me. It was me, guys.
She wasn't the waitress. She was the friend.
I was the friend.
Server.
The server. Thank you. Good job,
I'm
you.
learning. I
So
corrected
proud of
myself that time.
It's probably already changed, and now that you've figured out that it's server, they're going to change it to something else.
It's going to be like wait person.
Yes, table attendant.
Table attendant.
Yeah.
What do you prefer to be called? Servers? I mean, wait.
Table attendant.
Waiter attendant. No. Moving on.
Yeah, so that was funny. We were having so much fun and being so silly, and the server was like, "Are you 2 sisters?" And we both died laughing.
And she got very confused because we didn't answer her. We just laughed like maniacs.
It's true. But it made us so happy.
Yeah.
It made us so happy.
And I'm mostly over my cold, but I'm just right at that point where my voice just sounds so sexy.
Yeah, sing me the blues.
Yeah. When I was at Starbucks getting these lattes, I swear the guy did a double take just based on my voice.
Oh, yeah.
He takes my card and then he turns back around. How are you?
Ooh.
And I was like, let me tell you in my raspy voice.
I love it. So we came back from our Branson trip. I get back home, and I had been wearing my Branson Silver Dollar City clothes, and I threw on some boots. It was I was wearing a pair of shorts, a top, whatever, and then I threw on a pair of combat-y boots to go outside or something. And when I walked into my living room, Mary Jane says, "Oh, you look like Lara Croft," who I love. I love Tomb Raider, so I was super excited about that. And then Josh walks in and he says that I look like Lara Croft too. So I had to make a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a side-by-side comparison of the two of us. And
the only difference was that you're even hotter.
I know. Okay. And I had glasses. Somebody said I looked like a hipster Lara Croft.
That's kind of true.
Yeah. So in my post, I wrote, other than the cleavage and the midriff, I think that my accidental Lara Croft is pretty spot on. And I go a couple days, everybody's commenting on it and enjoying it.
Oh, so cute, so adorable.
So adorable, yeah, la la la.
All the stuff you're used to. All the truth.
No big deal. And our beloved friend Joe,
who must have been stewing about it for about 48 hours.
He had to have been the second that he saw it, because he never misses a beat when anyone messes up. He is the first to let you know. Love you, Joe. Love you, Joe.
You need to edit my novel someday, Joe.
Yeah. And you his.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, so he politely sends me a message. Instead of, outing me online, like in front of everybody, he sends me a private message that says, it's mid-riff, not mid-drift. And I am like, I don't believe it. First of all, I had to look it up. I had to Google it, and it was true. I went 34 freaking years of my life thinking that it was a mid-drift.
Yes. When you were born, I believe that was your first word.
That was my first word. As soon as I popped out, it was like, thanks for getting me out of that mid-drift.
Yeah, I hope your mid-drift recovers, Mom.
Yeah. Sorry about what I've done. And so my question to the group was...
Ahem. Let's talk about something. I've spent 34 years on this earth. Positive it was mid-drift. Not mid-drift. Seriously? I mean, it makes sense. Middle, drifting up or down? It does make sense, doesn't it? And then you ask, do you have any words like this that you're sure they are something... Wait.
That didn't make sense. I realized it.
You're sure they are something entirely different. Please say yes.
Please say yes. So we ask this, and right away, my lovely friend Amanda pipes up and says, wait, it's not mid-drift? And I message Amy, and I'm sure, I am positive she is going to laugh at me about it.
Mm-mm.
What happened?
This is where I will surprise you again and again with my weird gaps in knowledge. I thought it was mid-drift too. I did, because I'll tell you why, and this makes no real actual sense, but it made sense in my brain. I pictured a drift of white snow as my upper abdomen because I'm so pale.
Yeah.
So a drift of skin,
Yes. It makes perfect sense. Well, I asked my roommate, Josh, what... I was like, did you know it was mid-riff, not mid-drift? And he, very sure of himself, says, of course I knew it was mid-riff because of like a riff in your stomach, like the split between the top and the bottom. It's a riff, like a riff in time. And in my brain, I think, I'm pretty sure that's riffed in time, not riff. But I don't want to look stupid again, so I don't say anything. Instead, I Google it later and realize that I was correct. It is a rift in time. So then I bring it up to Josh.
Good.
You were wrong. It's actually a rift in time, so why is it mid-riff? And he was super shocked, and he's starting to question everything as well. But wonderful Amy did some research.
I did, and you know what? It's from Middle English. Middle English. Or Old English, I'm sorry. Mid-English, midriff, or Old English, midriff. Equivalent
H-R-I-F.
H-R-I-F, which means belly. Mm-hmm. Now, how was anybody supposed to know that?
How does
I ask
know
you.
That?
No one should know that.
It's not common.
Even when we all had to read Chaucer, none of us read Chaucer.
No.
I know the wife of Bath had a gap in her teeth. That's all I know. Because I'm self-centered, and that's what I remember.
Aww.
I don't even remember the Cliff Notes that I read.
No.
Much less actual Old or Middle English.
It's ridiculous. So, some of our wonderful Facebook group members, they joined in the conversation.
They did.
And here's some of the things they had to say.
Apparently, there was a lot of mispronunciation.
Yeah, that was the main thing. Like,
yes.
It didn't seem to be like there were a ton of words that people had thought wrong their
entire life. And I know I have. Corey, this is so cute, actually. She said that her 10-year-old thinking that Parmesan was Farmer John.
I love that so much.
That is the cutest thing ever.
Mary Jane thought that it was September, not September, until last year.
Oh, that is so cute. Well, who can say? I mean, my ghoul and gowl incident.
Yes, yeah.
Which I could be really thinking that to this day if I hadn't gone to that haunted house with Boo.
I know. I love that, though. It's so cute. Also, I have to out Josh, but this very year, he was like, Melodie, I don't want to ask you this because I'm scared that you're going to make fun of me, which I did, of course. And he said, is it a double-edged sword or a double-edged sword? And I'm like, how do I even answer that? Are you ridiculous? Like, what? How
would that even, how would a double-edged sword work?
He's like, it's one of the double-edged sword.
That is so cute. That actually reminds me, I won't say his name, but a friend or an acquaintance who is very proud of his proper English, saying, let's bite our time.
Oh, really?
It made me so happy. I was like, you're such a freaking dumbass.
It's always the best when those type mess up.
Exactly.
I love
My
it.
type.
Yeah. And Joe, our dear Joe,
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that he accidentally, and I know that he's going to, when we're messaging each other, I know he'll correct it immediately once he sees it, but I like to, as soon as I possibly see something that he's messed up on, I have to send it back to him. I have to.
Yeah. Normally you wouldn't do it, but it's Joe, so you have to.
Yeah, exactly. I adore it. He thought that... he sent me a text message of this, and I was like, please put it in the group, because it was so funny. He thought that sublime meant the opposite of what it really means. He thought it was like something less than lime, like sublime.
That is
it would
hilarious.
Be
Sublime.
Yeah.
You know, but that has its own logic to it.
It does.
Just like our midriff.
Yeah, it does.
That because English is sort of arbitrary. It's always changing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel bad if you say something wrong. Even the most brilliant of us do.
Yes.
Obviously. I like how Joe wrote, I'm always pleased to bring angst into my friends' lives by correcting their grammar and word usage. Partly because sometimes I want to say angst and not angst.
Oh.
Angst is like the super pretentious way to say it.
Angst.
Like, he was smitten with existential angst. Smitten is not really the right word there, but that's okay.
He was such
We're riffing right now.
Teenage angst hole.
My husband always says Adam Ant, and instead of adamant.
Oh.
And when we were dating, I bit my tongue for so long until finally one day I was like, it's adamant. And he was like, I know. He's like, I just like to say it that way.
And then you're like, okay, well, since you're aware anyway.
And I love that someone else besides me says Reese's Pieces.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Reese's Pieces. I actually can't make myself say it.
But this brings me to, speaking of candy and words, I'm so good at these things. The day that I realized why they call people who dress alike Twinkies.
Yes.
Because of the what is it? I mean, I don't even know what the substance is. It's the hostess treat, whatever it is.
A Twinkie.
It's a Twinkie. Yeah. Is it?
It's some kind of, I'm sorry, is
It's
it because
not
my
candy.
eyes twitching that you're giggling?
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like some sort of, I think of it as angel food cake, but not real angel food cake, the kind of yellow angel food cake that you get at the store.
It's the treat that I've always wanted to like, but every time I eat it, I'm like, I cannot understand how this ever even got made, much less consumed.
It puts such an awful film in your mouth.
It has no flavor at all. It's
Yeah. No.
But then I told Melodie, and I was so proud of myself. I was like, I figured it out. Like, it took me so long, but of course. And then she's like, are you sure? She's like, wait, are there two? I think there's only one in the Twinkie package.
And I'm thinking of like when they come out of the box.
Yes.
They give the Hostess or Little Debbie. I don't know. Is that the same? Of the box.
Or maybe it is Little Debbie. I don't know.
No, I think it is Hostess. But they come in like one, I think.
Single
but when you
Twinkies.
would get them at the convenience store, you would get it in a pack of two.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
So, but then I got even deeper into this whole thing, and I was filled with angst because I was like, what if the word Twinkies already existed.
Yes.
And that's why the makers of this abomination called it Twinkies. And now I don't know.
We need to look further into this.
Yeah, we need to. Please research this for us.
Yes, please do.
We're busy.
We're busy
recording
researching other
podcasts.
things. Getting tipsy in midday. What else we got?
Well, I have a story about Vu's mom that I absolutely love.
I love this story, and I cannot wait to hear it.
She is the most lovely, intelligent, just awesome woman. But of course, we're all, when we're speaking a different language, we're going to have changes in the way we pronounce things. Vietnamese and English are very different, the way you move your mouth. And whenever I try to speak Vietnamese, they're always laughing at me. Well, this leads me to the time that she wandered through Lowe's asking employees where she could find penis. So somebody brought me peonies in the hospital when I had...
Or peonies.
Or peonies. Either
However
one.
you
See,
decide.
even we don't know.
No.
When I had ransom, and she loved them so much that she wanted to plant some.
Mm-hmm.
So she told me, I came over to her house to pick up Ran, and she said, Amy, I cannot find the penis. And I was like,
I can't either.
My mind is
Mom,
just
I
like,
can't either.
I can't. And I was like, does Ransom have some sort of diaper rash? Like, is he okay? Like, where's his penis? And she's like, I go to the store, I say, where is the penis? I'm looking for penis. And I asked one man, he don't know. I asked another man. And I'm just trying to imagine what in the world they thought she was saying.
Like, do we need to call somebody? What is this?
Do we need to get her number? Like, what is happening?
Oh
And
gosh.
so I don't know, but she just said basically she couldn't get an answer.
So she just left.
So she just left.
It's so funny.
And when
so
I figured
cute.
out what was going on, I tried so hard. Like, I was like, okay, why don't I just go with you?
Yeah,
and we'll go
penis
find the
is.
bulbs for you.
I love it. Well, it's so, anytime you're learning a different language, for a long time, there's still words that just,
It's like
don't.
by some weird twist of fate, like you've always seen them written and never spoken them aloud,
Mhm.
or vice versa. You've always spoken them aloud, so you've said them wrong.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
It's crazy. It reminds me of when I was in Sweden. I asked my boyfriend fella at the time, I thought I was asking him if he was cold in Swedish, and instead I asked him if he was horny. The two words sound very, very similar.
I want to hear the words.
Är du kort was what I asked him, and är du kalt is what I was supposed to ask him. I hope I'm still getting it. It's been a long time since I've been there.
Swedish listeners, please write
Simon,
us.
let us know. Did I say it wrong?
Swedish listener.
Yeah, Swedish listener. I think I did, but you remember, I'm sure. I'm talking to you right now. You remember it because his face, his eyeballs were huge, and he was
With
like,
shock and joy.
I mean, I don't know, a little, I guess.
A little, yeah, now that you ask.
Oh my gosh. It's pretty much just...
You know what we should all start doing?
What?
All of the Folie Deux Crew. Ooh.
Folie Deux Crew, that was so much better than Deux Deux Head.
Yeah. We'll do both,
Yeah. Okay,
depending
yeah.
on how we're feeling.
What do you like better, guys?
If you want to ask a Follow Deux Deux head or Folie Deux Crew member if they are cold, instead ask if they're horny.
Yeah.
And they'll know what you mean.
Yeah.
Are you horny, Melody?
I'm a little...
Because this weather is unseasonable. I had kind of a horny walk around the block, but then I was fine.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Communication
Is key.
It's key.
Know
and
your
it's-
words.
And
But if
there
you
are
don't-
always things that you're going to say wrong. You're going to do wrong.
What I wonder is how many people read my post before about
Mhm.
midriff and actually thought that's not the right word, or how many people really thought it was midriff.
Yeah, I think...
I want to know.
I want to know, too, because I really think most people would have not even noticed it.
No.
I would guarantee you, like, 9.5 That makes Joe 0.5 of a person out of 10. What? Let's move away from math. Back to words.
We don't know words. We don't know math. Okay, guys? We're just here.
We're here. That's what matters. Okay?
Oh, jeez. So...
This is kind of a short episode.
It is so short, shorty short.
Should we ramble some more? Or should we let it be short?
Guys, tell us what you think.
Yes.
We'll wait here for a response.
Okay. Let's call some listeners. Ooh, let's look at this thing that Tim Mann posted. 15 most bitch... Turn phrases in English.
I love that. And I did get every one of those right. And some of those are pet peeves of mine.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I couldn't care less. Not I could care less. This one drives me crazy that people would even think that.
Uh-huh. It happens so often, though.
So often. So much that I started to question myself. I'm like, am I missing something?
I never questioned myself on that.
Ooh,
I'm like, I used to be so bad about it when people would say it that I would be like, so you do care then? Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is that you do care. And they're like,
what?
No, I'm saying that I don't care.
That means listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth, okay?
Okay.
And then this one I kind of get, a moot point. So
yes.
A lot of people think it's mute point.
Yes.
It's kind of like mid-drift where they're like, well, mute, you know? It's
yeah,
like,
it
you don't
sense.
say it. But I am awfully proud of myself whenever I say moot. I'm in the know here.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh no. This one I used to do.
Oh, what is it?
For all intents and purposes.
Oh, yeah.
Not for all intensive purposes.
Yeah.
I always thought intensive purposes just sounded very...
Yeah, I mean, it's...
serious.
Yes.
Intensive.
Yes, I agree. No, I can see where that one does make sense. Nip it in the bud, not nip it in the butt.
I don't know that I've heard anyone say nip it in the butt. Have you?
I think I have. Yeah, I think I've heard nip it in the butt.
I kind of like it.
I do too.
I like it better than nip it in the butt.
I do too.
I understand nip it in the bud. It makes sense, but...
Without further ado, not adieu.
Actually, it's adieu.
Adieu.
As in Folie adieu.
That's right. Adieu.
Adieu.
Means farewell. Think Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes, exactly. Now, this whole piquing one's interest, who uses the word P-I-Q-U-E anymore?
I know.
I mean, if you do, it's kind of impressive, but I'm also kind of like, oh, you are so proud of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Just like when I say moot.
Well, I mean...
And peak, you know?
At
It's like
least
your interest is
put
rising.
P-E-E-K. You know.
Pique one's interest.
Yeah.
Ooh, that should be the name of our strip club. I've never wanted to have one before, but now I think we have to.
I think we really, really do.
But it'll just be peaks.
Yeah, just a peak.
It'll be a vintage style strip club, so we'll just show our ankles.
Our ankles and maybe our wrists.
Yeah, elbows. I don't know. Our elbows? Do elbows make you cold? Yeah, we'll leave that up to your imagination. Champing at the bit, not chomping at the bit.
Oh, actually, that was one. That was one that I messed up on.
Oh, I see. A champing and chomping. I mean, why? Why is there a difference? When you're champing at the bit, you're showing impatience.
Yeah, and that's what, I mean, I knew that that's what that meant, but I think I really thought it was chomping at the bit because I think of like a horse. You know?
Yeah. Oh, well, that poem, The Listeners, when his horse in the silence champs the grasses of the forest ferny floor.
Yeah,
champing.
Exactly that. That's what I was thinking, too.
Walter de la Mare. If you haven't memorized all of his poems, get on it. Never ceases to amaze me. No,
Okay,
never
I'm
ceases.
sorry, but if you say seizes, oh
then,
my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to control my mannerisms at that point. Which, by the way, is when you mix two words together whose meanings can be combined to create a new meaning, that's a portmanteau.
A portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
I love it.
All one word that I can't spell right now because I'm not looking at it.
No. I love that word, though, and I can't wait. I want to use it in a sentence.
I want it on a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Did we say this one? Reap what you sow?
Not reap what you sow? Who thinks that? I mean,
know.
okay, we're speaking, so we'll have to spell that. It's S-O-W, not S-E-W.
That one's painfully just obvious right there.
I know. I mean, look at this dress that I reaped. I can't wait to see it go down the runway. I'm designing for death. I don't know.
Yeah. Once in a while, not once and a while, I would hit somebody in the head if I heard them say once and a while.
I'm going to start carrying a rubber mallet just in case.
You should. Totally should.
Don't say once in a while.
One of those blow-up plastic ones, I think, would be...
Yeah, maybe, and with a little bit of spikes at the end. Depending. I can use one end or the other.
Super glue.
Depending on the age of the person who says it.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's my 4-year-old, then I'll just use the soft end. Anyways.
That's exactly right.
In layman's terms, not in lame man's terms. But I can see that because it's meant to be simplified.
Yeah.
I guess simple
than a lame
for
man.
lame people.
Yeah. In the midst of, not in the mist of.
Oh, but I like the mist.
Yeah, it's very dramatic.
Off the beat and path?
What?
Who says that?
It's off the beaten path, guys.
I think this article was running out of words to talk about outer body experience instead of out of body experience. Yeah, I mean, when I feel things in my inner body, it's different.
It's different than your outer body. Oh, those are fun. Let us know how many of those you guys have messed up, and don't feel bad if you have.
No, don't. We have gone back and forth in this episode between mocking and threatening violence
to those who mock us.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
don't care what we think or anyone else for that matter.
No.
Bid yourselves adieu.
But never say, could care less.
No, don't do that one.
Unless you really could care less.
Yeah, maybe that is what you're saying. Have a nice afternoon.
Good evening to you. I hope that your night is great.
I hope it's really good.
I hope that you have a wonderful evening and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, and I hope that your life is full and rich.
I hope that it's clean too. Wash your hands after you go to the restroom.
Please do
that.
Wash your hands and don't ever care less.
Never care less.
Because we love you.
Always care more.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.